Hello everybody and welcome to another day on the farm. So I think before we do anything I just should get these two things out of the way. The first thing is the mortgage repayment. Let's just get that paid and forgotten about for another week. Okay, done. The money has gone. The second thing is the auction for the sort of leaf sweeping or maybe grass sweeping, whatever it is, whatever you want to sweep up. The auction for this has now finished and there was a highest bidder. It turns out there was actually quite a bidding war going on. Clearly these things are quite collectible, and actually it's never really been used, so you can see that it's in really good condition. You can see the net and everything's in really good condition. But anyway, yeah, it went for £106. I was amazed, but I honestly don't know the value of it. So anyway, yes, they have contacted me. They're going to send payment through very soon, and then they're going to pick it up. They haven't arranged a day yet, but yes, it's all in hand. They're going to be contacting me soon. So that'll be another welcome £106 to have. Okay then, so basically, today I have a few jobs to do, a few smaller jobs to do. Yesterday we did the muck spreading over there in that field, and that's all good. But I need to return the muck spreader. I didn't get around to doing it last night. I should have returned it, but it doesn't really matter too much because it was 24 hours ago that I got it. So yeah, let's do that to begin with. So we'll get it fired up, and we'll back up to there and just get it attached. Okay, good. Yeah, the other thing which I want to do is to attempt to make a weight, a front weight or a rear weight, it doesn't really matter where it's for. Basically just a 3-point linkage weight out of that diesel drum just there. I've now emptied the diesel drum. My tractors are full, so yeah, it's gone quite a long way. You don't get that much in each drum. It's not like having a big storage tank on site. But yeah, basically I could scrap the drum, I could just dispose of the drum, or I could make something out of it, and I thought that'd be a really good idea. Now the obvious thing to do here is to buy the 3-point linkage frame and then fill it with cement. So to do that I'm going to have to get some cement and some sharp sand. So I think they do sell that here, I think they do sell those products here. So I'll speak to them, and I would like to buy a pallet fork as well for this. Yeah, because it would just be so useful. But anyway, first things first, here's their muck spreader back. Let's just park that where it came from. I'm fairly sure it was somewhere over here. I won't completely block the door. It did come from in the doorway, I think. But yeah, I'll just put it there. Should be good. Yeah, it was really good. It was a really useful muck spreader to have. Still nice and clean. There we go. And also, yeah, this was very good too. As soon as I can afford it, I will buy these things myself, but until a miracle happens, I'm not going to be able to afford these lovely new machines. I was trying to think of a way of making money really fast, and with the exception of winning the lottery, I couldn't really think of anything. I could well buy a lottery ticket. Do you think I should do? Would it be a good idea? I suppose it is only £1 or £2 every week or so. Would be interesting to just have a quick play, I think. But anyway, let's just go over here and I will speak to them about buying some cement, some sand, and yeah, some 3-point linkage parts. They should have everything in stock. Okay, I have some very, very good news. They've actually been really good, very helpful. This is an ex-rental pallet fork, so it's the one which they rent out to people. They've now got a new one in to rent out, but this one has done plenty of work with various different people. As you can see, it's mucky. It shouldn't have any leaks or anything, it should be good, but it is a very nice pallet fork with the hydraulics integrated into it. They did it for half the price. I think it's usually £800, I paid £400, so that's a very good deal. Despite it being very used, it is only about a year old. And they've also brought round for me a pallet of sharp sand and a pallet of cement in these paper bags. So that is everything I need. I think all this has cost me £600, so it's quite expensive, but for this I obviously get all this and a pallet fork, which is going to be very useful. I think if I was to buy a front weight, they're like £1,500, probably even more as well actually. So let's get this attached to here. You might be thinking, now why are you trying to make a weight? What's the point in having a weight? It's really, if I decide to go for a bigger bucket, which I probably won't do, but more importantly, It's for when I do some ploughing. I'm actually planning on doing some ploughing very soon, so it might be useful if I'm using a tractor which does have a front 3-point linkage. So yeah, it can be used on the back or the front, it doesn't really matter. I just realised the times are actually not set correctly. It should be better for me, hopefully. I just ran back to the farm to go and grab the Ford, because it's still got the trailer attached, and that's just going to make it much easier to transport these things home. As for the 3-point linkage frame, I do have that as well, so I can take that and we'll use that to make the frame for the weight. Right then, let's get these put onto the trailer. Finally, some straps. Make sure my load doesn't go flying like it usually does, and we'll head back to the farm. Yeah, so yesterday when I was using the muck spreader on this tractor, it was just a bit too much for it. It really was, but the Renault performed really well. So in future, I'll use that tractor instead of this one, because it does have that extra boost in horsepower. But it also is probably going to be the one which I use for the plough. Now I'm hoping to plough my other grass field very, very soon. Maybe even today, if I can get hold of a plough. I'm going to speak to Dennis about it. Maybe he's got one, probably not, but there is always a chance that he has got one, because I know that he brings equipment across from somewhere, I don't know where. I think it's a family farm somewhere, I'm not too sure exactly. It's very difficult to get a perfect story out of him, but yes, I mean, stringing a sentence together for Dennis is quite tricky. So that is my empty barrel. This is the filling. Yes, very nice. The filling for the barrel. Lovely sand, lovely cement. And yeah, we need a bit of water. I can get it from the trough actually. And then, that'd be good. So I've got a bit of work to do. I'll just go and grab the other tractor, then I'll get it built. I think it'll probably take a few hours to do. Does my grass need cutting yet? That would be a fun little job to do. Nah, it's still growing. It's growing very nicely. Yeah, that was pretty good seed actually. Right, well, I'm going to just crack on. I've got this scrap to sell as well. At some point I'll sell the scrap, but I think probably my next vlog is going to be visiting the show, which is next week. The show is next week, so I don't want to miss it again. It only happens once a year. I missed it last year, and I was, I regretted missing it. It was, from what I heard, a pretty good show. Okay then, so let's make a weight. Okay, so there we go. It's done, and it's looking good. It looks very good. Definitely a very good use for an oil drum. It used everything. It used all the materials. Anyway, there we have it. A low-cost weight for the front or the back of a tractor. Obviously, for my tractor, it's going to be for the back because I don't currently have a tractor with a front weight or with a front linkage. Actually, that one does have a front weight. But yeah, we don't have a front linkage. So I'm just going to have to use it for the front loader for now, and then in the future, use it on the front of a tractor when I have a tractor which is supporting it. So there we go. Let's try and fit it to a tractor. I've just been paid for the lawn sweeper. I've just paid for it. But I still don't know when they're going to come and pick it up. I have no idea. Okay, the moment of truth. Let's get that attached. And the really good thing about this tractor is it has the hydraulic top link, which makes everything so much easier. Okay, so let's lift it up. There we have it. A nice handy weight. That's recycling. That is a good way of recycling. Just make a concrete weight. Right then, so that is all finished. Let's just put it to one side for now. I should really sort out the trailer as well, because that's just... in the way. I should think of a better place to store it as well. I think this is the only place for now. I just don't have that much space. This yard isn't very big. But yeah, it's not too bad. I can always expand this way. But this is the field which I think is going to be turned into arable. I think an arable field will be good. It's a good way of making lots of money. One thing I thought that really should be done just very quickly is the verge here. It's looking very scruffy. So I'm just going to jump onto the good old Alice Chalmers here and see how good it is at mulching. It should be quite good. Let's give it a go. Right then. So let's lower the deck, engage the deck. How's it? Oh, very good. Yes, it's always nice when it doesn't just leave clumps of grass behind, like a massive swath. It is just munching it all up, mulching it all away, and it leaves a nice presentable finish. It's exactly what I need, and it was free. I still can't get over it. It's not the Lamborghini which some people were saying might have been in the garage, but it's still not too bad at all. Yeah, I don't think the lawn's long enough, but I could give it a go. Could give it a quick trim, possibly. Right, first things first though, the other side. Let's just clean this verge up a bit as well. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to go and speak to Dennis in a second. See if he's got a plough. If he has, I'm going to start work. I'm going to start ploughing the field up. Now, I always like to cut the field first and make the most of it, but there isn't much grass on it at the moment because it has just recently been cut, so I don't think I'm going to be losing that much. And there we have it. A much neater driveway. Oh, it's very rough. Yes, I still need to fill in some of these potholes. Plenty of them. Plenty of potholes to fill. I just need to find the money first to be able to buy some kind of aggregate and get them filled. Right then. Who's that? Oh, it's Dennis. What's he want? I was just about to go and see him. I always say, what's he want, as if he's coming to annoy, but actually he's not too bad recently. He's been pretty good. Okay, let's go and see what he wants. I'm sure there's something.
Hello, Daggerwin.
How are you doing, Dennis? Nice to see the raptor out and about. Doesn't usually move, does it?
Well, it goes to the shops every now and then.
Well, you're certainly keeping it nice and clean. Just look at this. Shiny. Who would have thought it belongs to a farmer?
Hey, Daggerwin, you been horrible?
No, just my usual banter that I have with you, Dennis. Anyway, did you need something? I'm happy to help.
Hey, well, actually, as you mentioned it, Daggerwin, I'm looking for a sort of farm worker.
A sort of farm worker? Or a farm worker?
Well, a sort of farm worker, really. You see, I only need them every day or so.
Every day or so? So, like a farm worker then?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I'm looking for a farm worker. Would you be interested?
Absolutely. I could always do with a bit of extra money. What would it involve?
Oh, not much. Just a bit of feeding of the sheep every now and then.
Oh, you have your sheep?
No, I haven't got the sheep. Well, not yet, anyway. Next week.
Ah, well, yes, I'd love to do a bit of work. It's very kind of you to offer, Dennis. Yeah, so just like every morning or something, is it every day?
Well, just when the sheep need feeding, really.
Every day, then. Okay, well, yeah, I'd love to hear more about it, Dennis. If you could maybe draw up a plan, sort out some figures, that'd be great.
That I'll do, Daggerwin.
Oh, before you go, Dennis, actually, do you have a plough?
Absolutely. Pop by if you want to use it.
Thanks, Dennis. I will do. It's very kind of you.
Nice weight, by the way.
Ah, I made it myself.
Yes, it shows.
Wait, was that an insult or a compliment? I like it anyway. Well, I think I'm going to go and pick up his plough then. Now, it seems a little bit desperate of me to go and get it straight away, but I sort of am desperate, so let's just go and get it and we can start ploughing the field. Right then, lower that down there. Give it a tight squeeze. I suppose I should take off the pallet fork. I don't need the pallet fork, so I'll put that in here. There we go. The front loader can stay on. It's not an issue. I just hope it's not a plough which is too big, but beggars can't be choosers. I'm very grateful that it even has a plough for us to use. I just thought it could be like a 1-furrow plough for his Ferguson tractor. Well, if it is, then obviously I won't be able to do that, because not only would it take so long, but it probably won't even fit this tractor. It would seem ridiculous. Yeah, well, we're going to have a look what it is. Hopefully it's something good. The Ferguson plough is good, it's just not really suitable. Okay, here we are. Dennis's farm, where not much happens. That can be his slogan. But by the sound of it, he's going to get some sheep next week, which will be a miracle. Right, so where's this plough then? I'm sure there wasn't a plough here last time I was here. There's something red in front of us. Has that always been there? Seems strange that they just would happen to have a plough whenever I need it. It's quite a dirty plough. Then again, that's sort of what ploughs do. They turn dirt. Right, okay. Yeah, pipe plugged in, and I think we're ready to go. What is it? A 3-furrow agro maz, is it? Okay, well, let's hope it's going to be good. It looks good. It looks very good. And it's not a 1-furrow plough. See if I can turn it in this very tight space. Right, okay, well, we'll head off and I will start to put some markings out in the field. The moment of truth to see how the tractor performs. Now, I don't want to go too close to these gateways because I have to have a swing for when I'm bringing machinery out of there, plus this area here for when I'm loading up manure spreaders. So I don't know, it doesn't want to be too close at all. And this is as far as I'm going because that is for the sheep. They feed off this area here. So it's just going to be a bit of a loose marking for now. That is working well. Let's just see if it's got a hydraulic ram. Can put a bit narrower for doing markings if I want to. Yeah, I don't think I need to though. Should be okay. Well, I must say this tractor is actually doing really well. It's performing absolutely perfectly. So it looks like it's a perfect match for traction plough. Not any issues anywhere. So actually it's not going to take too long to plough this field, although it isn't a very big plough. It's also not a very big field. So I think it would probably just be under half an hour or so. I'm going to finish in a minute, but at the beginning of the next vlog I'll just very, very quickly show me doing the rest of it, which finish off the ploughing in all of the field. But it's only taken me about 10 minutes or so to get to this stage, so that's pretty good really. Right, so I'll head back up to the top and I'll just show you a very quick idea which I've had. When I've got the money, of course. It's not a very expensive idea, but it involves money and it's just going to cost a little bit. Not a huge amount. just to buy in a bit of gravel. And possibly a bit of hedge removal. And yeah, I think it would be a gravel area. It's too expensive to have the concrete and stuff. And there we go, back up at the top. So yes, I'll resume from where we left off later. My idea really was this area here, sort of an awkward area, so possibly extending the yard through here. I might take this piece of hedge out, not too sure, and then we can extend through there, put a bit of gravel down here as well, smooth things off a bit, and yeah, that would just be a nice little extension. This area here could do with being gravel as well, because it gets very muddy. Obviously we keep it muddy where the manure goes, but yeah, just a few ideas which I'm throwing around for when I do have more money. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everybody, and until next time, see you again soon. Bye for now.